your name?
Me, I'm the lonesome kicker. Extra points, field goals at your service. One might think it comes with glory. You might think different after you listen to my story. My helmet is equipped with a tiny face mask. What it possibly could protect, I do not know. The other guys on the team like to make fun of my little shoulder pads, and also like to hide the special shoe I need to kick in the snow. People think it's so easy to kick a field goal from the 30-yard line. They forget to add 7 yards for the snap and 10 more cause the goalposts are pushed way back. In 1974 the uprights were right on the goal line, but some of the players were running into them and getting hurt. So screw the kicker. Who cares about the kicker? But I kick that ball and I pray it goes straight. If it does, the coach says good job number 8. He doesn't even know my name is Andre Kristopovich Lalinsky Jr. But that's the life I live. The lonesome kicker. Kickoffs can be so very scary, especially if the returner breaks on through. And I'm the only guy on the playing field left to tackle him. I don't want to get hurt, so I pretend to tie my shoe. Once again I'm ignored by my teammates and all my coaches. Go back where you came from, scream 70,000 fans. Well, I know I could win their love back by catching a winning touchdown. But unfortunately I was born with these very small hands. And I hope that the cameras don't come in too close, cause they might see the tears in my eyes as I sit on this bench made of cold-hearted wood, and the splinters go deep in my thighs. The towel boy snickers as he walks by the lonesome kicker. Another block kick, and everybody blames me, but it was the left guard who didn't pick up his man. Oh, why can't they see? In my home country, I could have been a minor league soccer player, but I came to America seeking fortune and seeking fame. I didn't realize that if I shanked one and blew the point spread, some drunk guys would push me into their hibachi after the game. So I go home at night, cause I never get invited to go drinking with the other guys. And I sit in my chair and I soak my foot as I eat a plate of cold French fries. And my wife's out with her quote-unquote friend, and my son can't look me in the eyes. But that's the life I
High school football season starts tonight. It's the first big Friday night anyway. It's way too hot, almost doesn't feel right, but nobody wants to wait. So let's go. What a great way to start. The top two teams in the area, Plano East and Garland. Garland tried to defend that state championship. They score first to get a 7-0 lead. Then Plano East gets it tied. That's Rodney Tucker who takes it around the left end and scores, and it's tied at 7 in the first. End of the first half, Garland's Keith Mills breaks it 31 yards, dives in for the go-ahead touchdown, and Garland was leading 14-7 at halftime. We're late in the fourth quarter now. East quarterback Wes Bankston gets around his left end, fights his way through, gets the game tied at 14. 4 seconds to play, and East has a chance to win it. Matt Catarsano from 16 yards misses, and the game goes to overtime. All that controversy about a kicker for Garland, Richmond McGee has the job. He's going to keep it a while. Richmond McGee gets the kick in overtime, and Garland beats Plano East tonight 17-14. Carter and Dallas Jesuit would have been a huge mismatch just a couple of years ago, not anymore. Carter's Kendall Kelly finally gets Jesuit quarterback Harold Kamara. What the heck is going on there?
Just a pilot.
The heck is going on there? Boy, they're just having a heck of a good time there, aren't they? Anyway, we're going back to Garland now. We're going to talk about that game a little more. And Jen Olson is there tonight. Jen?
Dale, it's a great end to a great beginning for this season. It doesn't get much better than that. The field goal kick at the end in overtime. Garland has not won a game in their first game for 4 years. Joining me is Coach Joe Martin. Just talk about that ending, the way this game ended, and just the emotion that was going through this whole stadium.
Well, this is the third time we've played an overtime ball game since I've been here in Garland, and we've never lost one, and this came down to Plano East having the ball first, and we stripped the ball, and they turn it over, and we're able to get it and don't pick up a first down. Richmond McGee comes in, who's our kicker, and nails it right down the middle. It's very exciting to a beginning of a new season.
Now, you guys, 7 turnovers. You guys had 5 alone. It's really tough to win when you've got 5 turnovers in a game, but you guys did pull it through.
Yes, it really is. It's hard to defeat somebody, a good football team, when you turn it over that many times. And last year, we were very fortunate. We were plus 30 on the season, and that's the reason we feel like we won a state championship. Very disappointing from that standpoint, but very excited about getting it done late in the ball game in overtime.
You guys were playing just a tremendous Plano East team. How important is it to get these first games out, give you guys a measuring stick of really how good you are?
Well, I think it's good for our program now. We're in a situation now we feel like we are ready to play with anybody in the state, and I think it helps us on down the line in the playoffs, in the district race. We're going to have several big ball games as well, and a big crowd here, a lot of excitement, a lot of media build up to this ball game, and I thought our kids handled it real well.
Yeah, there certainly was. This stadium does hold 15,000. There was at least 2,000 to 3,000 people at the end of this ball game. Just a terrific game. The crowd was in for a terrific game as well. Dale, we're going to send it back to you. Again, the final score on this one, Garland 17, Plano East 14.
Heck of a way to start the season. Thank you. SMU opens their new stadium tomorrow. They play Kansas, and it's sold out. There's about 500 student tickets left. They go on sale tomorrow morning at 9. 32,000 college football fans on the SMU campus tomorrow night.
Hey, what's up? Mike Garcia. You're watching Longhorn Sports Center with Mac Brown. It's coming up to you right now. Hug 'em.
Play. Let me fight your guts out. Touchdown, Texas. Welcome to Longhorn Sports Center with Mac Brown. I'm your host, Brian Jones, coming to you from the trophy room right here on the Longhorn campus. I think they may have to make some room for some extra hardware soon. Coming up on today's show, all the highlights from the Rice ball game, plus our senior salute, Richmond McGee. We're kicking it with the Horns, big old Jonathan Scott. And we sat down with the #1 man on campus, head coach Mac Brown. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Longhorn Sports Center with Mac Brown is brought to you by Budweiser. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. The king of beers. MBNA, the official issuer of the Longhorn credit card. Apply today. Dodge, bigger in Texas, better in a Dodge. Grab life by the horns at your Texas Dodge dealer. By your Texas State Farm agents. The right coverage at the right price. Pizza Hut, an official corporate sponsor of UT Athletics. Call us 444-4444. and by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. For building outdoors, yellow's your color.
Smooth from the first taste. Refreshing every single time. The great taste of Bud Light. The summer is calling, and so are the friends. Bud Light. Great taste for your great times.
The Dodge Model year-end clearance is your last chance to get Employee Pricing Plus. Grab a 2005 Ram 1500 and Employee Pricing Plus up to $4,500 in combined cash allowances. Or for $230 a month for 36 months with zero due at signing. Well-qualified returning owners can lease a Ram 1500 Lone Star Edition. Hurry, the Dodge Model year-end clearance ends soon, and it's only at your Texas Dodge dealer.
Watch that. I got him, I see him. Whoa! Give me the ball, Pops. Come get it. I think that's a challenge. Are you serious? I won't even put my bag down. Oh, come on, man. Don't let that man shoot you. I got nothing. You don't got nothing. Your mouth looks dry. Have a Coke. Your face up like Daddy hung on your gun. You know what that is? That's the roof time, son. Legend.
There's a celebration going on all over Texas. In big cities, in small towns, wherever there's an H-E-B. Because H-E-B has been part of Texas for 100 years. So, to say thanks, we're throwing a party. And all of Texas is invited. With prizes and giveaways at every H-E-B, it's going to be one heck of a celebration.
We're really proud of this football team. It was a week that we needed to go take dead aim on Rice, and as much as we enjoyed beating Ohio State in Columbus, we had to let it go. Michigan we got to enjoy for 6 months. Ohio State we got to enjoy for 6 hours, but the guys were able to do that. And that's the mark of a team that has a chance to be really special. The chemistry's good, the attitude was good, their focus was good. Offensively, we moved the ball very easily in the first half and scored. Even had a 99.5-yard drive, which is really, really hard to do, put 42 points up the first half. Defensively, had 2 fourth-down stops, had 2 scores on defense, and are really hitting hard and getting after people and chasing the ball. And we were able to play a lot of guys in both of those phases. But probably most importantly, we showed some improvement in our kicking game. And we addressed some issues there over the last 2 weeks, and our guys seem to be doing that. So now they can really take time to enjoy the first 3 wins, but I want you to enjoy these highlights, and we'll see you at the end of the show.
A 96-degree evening greeted the Texas Longhorns and Rice Owls as they kicked off on Saturday night at Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. The Longhorns start from the 20-yard line, and Vince Young connects with David Thomas for 22 yards and a first down. The true freshman, Jamal Charles, for 18 yards off left tackle and a first down at the Rice Owl 36. Vince Young on the keeper, picks up 8 on this carry. Second down and 2, it's Young one more time, 3 yards and a first down at the Rice Owl 25. On the very next play, Jamal Charles takes it off the right side, 25 yards and into the end zone for the Longhorn touchdown. David Pino's extra point makes it Texas 7, Rice nothing. On 1st and 10, Andrew Cates picks up 4 yards. Aaron Harris and Cedric Griffin on the tackle for Texas. Quentin Smith picks up 15 yards and a first down out to the Owls 30. Smith again on the option toss, 26 yards and a 1st and 10 at the Longhorn 44. Smith this time stopped on 1st and 10, no gain. Tim Crowder on the hit. On 2nd and 10, Quentin Smith's 4th consecutive carry, but this one is only good for 1 yard. Michael Huff and Michael Griffin team up on the tackle. Jared Scruggs' punt carries 42 yards and is down inside the Texas 1-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Henry Melton off the right side, stopped for no gain. 2nd down and 10, Young connects with David Thomas for 3 yards out to the 4. On 3rd down and 7, Vince Young off the left side, turns it outside and takes it upfield. 51 yards down to the Rice out 45 and a first down. Continuing on the ground, it's Jamal Charles. He picks up 12 yards and a first down at the Rice 33. On second down and 7, Charles for 5 more yards. On third down and 2, Jamal Charles banging off right tackle, shedding tacklers, and takes it into the end zone, his second 25-yard touchdown run of the first quarter. David Pino's extra point makes it Texas 14, Rice nothing. Now in the second quarter, second down and 9, Jarrett Dillard on the reverse, but Michael Huff drops him for a loss of 7 yards. 4th and 21, the Owls go for it. Chase Clement in at quarterback, but his pass for Dillard is incomplete. And the Longhorns take over. On 1st and 10, Jamal Charles rips it up the middle for 26 yards and a first down. 1st and 10, Charles again, this time all the way down to the Rice out 23-yard line. Vince Young will pick up 11 yards on this carry down to the Owl 11. On third down and 3, it's Jamal Charles, 4 yards and into the end zone. His third touchdown of the first half, tying a UT freshman rushing record for touchdowns in the game. That with Butch Hadnot back in 1990. David Pino's extra point makes it Texas 21, Rice nothing. On 2nd and 11, Quentin Smith picks up 16 yards and a first down. But on the very next play, it's Quentin Smith unable to handle the option toss. The ball picked out of the air by Michael Huff. Huff returns the fumble into the end zone, 21 yards for a Longhorn touchdown. David Pino's extra point makes it Texas 28, Rice nothing. Following an exchange of possessions, Rice begins a drive from their own 3-yard line. 3rd down and 11. Clement pressured, sacked in the end zone, the ball loose, and Frank Ocam recovers in the end zone for Texas. It's a Longhorn touchdown. David Pino's extra point makes it Texas 35, Rice nothing. Longhorns going no huddle. Vince Young finds David Thomas for 15 yards and a first down. Back to the air. B wide, Alimus Swede, 21 yards and a 1st and 10 at the Rice out 34. 2nd down and 4, Charles, 16 yards and a first down at the Rice 12. On 2nd and 10, Vince Young on the crossing route. David Thomas, 11 yards. It's down to the Rice Owl goal line. On the very next play, Henry Melton takes it across for the Longhorn score. David Pino's extra point makes the halftime margin Texas 42, Rice nothing.
Building a winning team just doesn't happen. It takes hard work and dedication. And now you can be part of 2 winning university teams, UT Athletics and University Federal Credit Union. UFCU plays hard to make sure your financial game plan is always in great shape. They have to, because 95,000 people trust UFCU to put it on the line for them every day. University of Texas Athletics and University Federal. So close, we share the same name.
Would you rather have the Kia Spectra's 6 standard airbags or the Corolla's 2? Would you rather have Spectra's 138 horsepower or Civic's 115? Would you rather have Spectra's 10-year warranty, which is almost twice as long as theirs? And would you rather have all this for under $12,000 after up to $1,750 cash back? Would you rather not hear any more ridiculously easy questions? The Kia Spectra. And for another easy answer, check out the sport-tuned Kia Spectra 5. Get up to $1,750 cash back on the Spectra LX. Visit your Austin Kia retailers.
Welcome to VMAG. You're the best fans in the country. We're going to show you exclusive things that have never been seen before.
You'll never get the experience of seeing the inside of Texas football like VMAG.
Because we want to go back where we were last year. We want to win it all.
Great deal!
You gotta love it.
What's up?
VMAG is just everywhere. It's great. It's great.
Joe Johnny! I love Texas!
That's how it is.
2 yards into the wind with the wind behind him now. It's a low snap, but it's away, and Richmond gets a boom kick away. Driving Mays back inside the...
Rich McGee is one of those guys that, come in as a walk-on, took over a scholarship, came in as a freshman, and probably the coaches didn't see a whole lot of chance for him. And I guess most of the players probably as well. And he worked extremely hard throughout the offseason, kicked the ball every single day, probably a couple times. and lifted as much as he possibly could, and has really developed and probably one of the best kickers in the nation.
Richmond is he's a good guy too. He's really strong in his faith, and you know, I respect him a lot. He's helped me out a lot with my faith, and you know, I have a lot of respect for Richmond and what he stands for.
I actually played against him in high school. He was the kicker for Garland, and actually I think he knocked us out of the playoffs one year. So kind of took me a while to get to that. But no, he's also a great guy. He sat at our table a couple times this year at team meals and stuff like that. And he is really very inspirational guy, very spiritual, and one of the team leaders in that regard.
I'm always talking noise and talking smack about who's more important, special teams or defensive line. He's a big kidder, and he's goofy and he's just loose. He's just goofy, one word to describe him.
I'm a holder. A lot of times I hold for him, so we got a little bit of relationship there too. But I was always impressed with Richmond with just the power of his foot, man, because he can get paid with that. Like, he can consistently kick it, you know, 50, 60 yarders, and then on kickoff he kicks it out of the end zone. So, and even when he punts and he gets a hold of it, he can really let it go. So he's just a real impressive athlete.
Richmond is probably the strongest Christian on our team. Richmond always has good advice for you. He'll tell you what the Bible tells you to do, and he'll tell you what's the good thing to do. And it's good to have a guy like that around.